You are the creator of your experience. And when contrast causes you to ask, you really owe it to yourself to go in the direction of what you've asked for. But we know you're all excited about reality. And so you want to talk about it. You want to measure it. You want to compare it. And we are not saying that you shouldn't, because you should, because the contrast is what causes you to give birth to the improvement. But you as humans have made such a career out of holding yourself in the justification or the rationalization for the improvement that you seek, that you slow the improvement that you seek way, 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 way down. In other words, you yourself, haven't you found yourself wanting something, and you feel that fresh desire sort of shoot out of you? But then as you compare where you are to what you want, and you notice that you don't know how it's going to come, or when it's going to come, or where it's going to come from, or who's going to bring it. And so do you find yourself sometimes explaining with greater fervor why you need it and why you deserve it? And the thing that we want to point out to you is we want you here today to finally figure out when you're a vibrational match to the reason that you want something. In other words, I want it because I don't have it. Oh, I so want more money. More money would be so wonderful, but I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money. It's hard not to have enough money. Miserable. It's miserable not to have enough money. And I believe I deserve more money. I know I do. I work hard. I should have more money. More money should come to me in a lot of different ways. And my employer is really a tight-fisted person who could yield more money, but doesn't. I need a different employer. One who respects me and gives me what I deserve, because I know I deserve better than I'm getting, and the other people I talk to agree with me. We all agree that these are hard times and that things should be better for us. And we've joined together in a club. We support each other. We support each other in our financial failures, and life should be better for us. And we're really not exaggerating that. Hardly. In other words, what is has so much of your attention that you are missing the fact that every time you have felt not enough, you've asked for more. And all along through the sorting of that contrast, you have been amassing a vibrational reality, a vibrational escrow account. A vortex of creation has been culminating for you. Now, we call it a vibrational reality or a vibrational escrow because when you ask, you send the rocket, and the source within you tends to the furthest most leading edge request that you have launched. And we call it a vortex of creation because law of attraction is responding to that request. And here's the thing we so want you to hear. All cooperative components have been assembled in this vibrational reality. Now, you as humans don't want to talk about that vibrational reality because you can't see it and you can't show it to your neighbor. You can't convince others. Scientists don't want to talk about it either because it doesn't show up in their test tubes yet. They don't have the evidence, and so the medical community will not agree with them on this wave of miraculous healing that's taking place because they can't prove it yet with the manifestational evidence. But we want you to understand that this vibrational evidence can be understood. You can, if you will use your own guidance system, you can discover your vibrational evidence. And your vibrational evidence is shown to you through your emotions. When you feel elation, that is the evidence of your alignment with the improvement. And if you can keep it up, the manifestation will come and the doctors will take note. If you can find a way to follow your hope, to reach for hope until the vortex takes you in and shows you something that makes a believer out of you. If you can hang around on the verge or inside this vortex often enough that the law of attraction will line you up with other cooperative components that give you the manifestations that you've been seeking, your belief will turn to knowing. And it won't be long before you'll be standing mostly, even though you're corporal, even though you're physical, even though you are flesh, blood, and bone, even though you are extensions of source energy, even though you are here in this physical body. You can be here in this physical body and vibrationally speaking inside this vortex of creation. And then and only then are you in alignment with the wholeness that is you. And friends, when you start hanging around in vibrational alignment, when you begin using your emotional guidance system to reach for thoughts that bring you closer and closer and closer to the alignment of source, to the way source sees your world, to the way source sees your body, to the way source sees your life, when you tune in to the vibration and you begin to see your world through the eyes of source, then and only then do you begin living in the way you intended as you came forth to begin with. Not one of you said, I'll go forth, I'll get myself as separated from source as I can. I'll have a really hard life. Oh, the other humans will like me a lot. They like suffering. I might even write a book. They'll buy it. If my suffering is severe enough, a lot of people will buy my book. Not one of you said, I'll go forth, separate myself from source, bang around, because you knew that that was not your reason for being. You knew that you could come into contrast and choose rather than suffer, because you knew that with each choice that life would get better, provided, and this is the kicker, provided you align with the new choice. So the only thing that goes wrong for so many humans is that contrast serves you and helps you to choose, but instead of aligning with the new choice, you align with the old choices. That's the only difference in the world between a deliberate creator and one who just observes and offers vibration in response to what you're observing. We call this gathering the art of allowing, and what it really means is the art of allowing yourself, by virtue of your choices, alignment with the fullness of who you are. Because unless you are aligned with the fullness of who you are, you don't feel good. And the thing that's tricky, it's not tricky, but it's interesting. It seems tricky from outside the vortex. It makes perfect sense from inside the vortex. But here's what seems tricky to you. This very contrast that causes you to expand, and then your inability or unwillingness, or in most cases just lack of understanding, that keeps you from lining up with the expansion, is the only reason that you ever feel bad. In other words, what we just said to you is, if your life didn't cause you to be more, you wouldn't feel bad not being it. But since your life is causing you all day, every day to be more, you gotta let yourself be it, or you don't feel good, and on and on. If you've got negative emotion and you don't know that what it means is the larger part of you expanded and you didn't go yet, so you just keep beating the drum that holds you away from who you are, don't worry, it will get bigger. And the reason it gets bigger is because the expanded you continues to call you, and when you don't go, the negative emotion, your indicator of separation is too strong a word, but you get the point. Your indication of misalignment just gets more and more and more. So at first, it's an emotion, then it's a stronger emotion, then it's a chronic emotion, then it's a physical sensation, then it's a physical experience, then it's a condition of life experience. In other words, if you don't let yourself in your physical form be a vibrational match to who you in this physical form have caused the larger part of you to become, you're just not going to feel good. And we say, oh, friends, stop trying to control the uncontrollable and control what is controllable. And stop trying to do the impossible thing of controlling conditions so that you can feel better. And control the thing that is easy to control. Really, once you get the hang of it, it's easy. Control the relationship between you and you. Control your vibrational alignment with you. Control the direction of your thought, the choices of your words, the sentences that you construct, the television programs that you watch, watch, the books that you read, but mostly control your perception of life. Do more looking into this vortex, which from our point of view, and our point of view matters. Our point of view is the place where everything that you have become is. From our point of view, this vibrational reality in this vortex of attraction, this is present tense. And what is doesn't mean diddly squat. What is just the bouncing off place. Now, as children, you knew that. You could sit in just about any environment and bliss out in your mind. You went to your vibrational reality and you tuned to who you are and you liked it. And then your teacher hit you over the head with something and said, come back to this miserable reality where you belong. But you are out of your teacher's reach now. In fact, we dare say that you are out of everyone's reach that has any real control over you. You sit here, you're not incarcerated. You sit here of free will. You have the free will to focus your thoughts into alignment with who you have become. And we're just saying that if you don't do that, you're not going to feel as good as you deserve to feel. And that's what the art of allowing is. It's allowing myself by virtue of what I choose to think, because I'm paying attention to how I feel and I want to feel good, to choose more thoughts that are in alignment with the way the source within me sees them. Now think about what that means. You ask for more money, the source within you knows the money, knows the prosperity, knows it. So do you get it that when you train yourself to that vibration, law of attraction has to give you the money? The manifestation has to follow. Now you know everything we know. Everything that matters anyway. We are eager to talk with you about anything that you want to talk about. Nothing is off limits. We see our greatest value to you to help you remember what you've put into the vortex relative to the subject that you want to talk about. And we see our greatest value to you to coax you into the vortex. That's our work here today. We want to call you in as many ways as we can conjure together into the vortex where who you really are is. And then you'll begin to feel the fullness of what you've become. Now, the manifestation will follow. We're going to do our best to divert your attention from your current reality, because we don't think you need a reality to change in order to improve your mood. We think that you can improve your mood regardless of the current reality. And we're here to tell you that unless you improve your mood regardless of the current reality cannot improve. So you might as well just ignore current reality if it's bugging you in some way and get focused upon the magnificence that you've carved out of current reality on those specific topics. Take your bliss now. Take your satisfaction now. Take your good feeling now, and let your neighbors be the one that celebrate the manifestation. And what we mean by that is you can celebrate when your heart shifts, when your joy shifts. And really, that shouldn't be so hard to grasp anyway, because everything you want, everything, whether it's a material object or a state of being or a pile of money or a relationship or condition, circumstance, events, every single thing you want that you want to be different, you want it to be different because you think you will feel better in the difference. And we want to show you how you can feel better before the difference shows up in terms of manifestation. Now, often you want to hold us to something, and we will gladly be held to it. You want us to say, Abraham, promise me that if I pay the price of happiness, the manifestation will come. And we promise you that if you pay the price of happiness, if you are willing to change your thoughts, even though the current reality doesn't justify the happy thought, it is our promise to you that if you are able to direct your thought and sustain more positive emotions, that the manifestations that you have been seeking must come, and they must come fast. It is law. It is our absolute promise to you.